It's time for the Green Thumb Awards. You might be asking yourself, what's the Green Thumb Awards? Well, I asked myself the same thing when I saw this article, so let's explain. These are awards that are from the green industry, so it's going to be plants and products in different categories, and this is put out by the National Garden Bureau. And it's also split up between plant professionals and consumers. So you're going to get to hear the opinion of the pros versus just the run of the mill folks. Start with the pros. Best shrub of the year. Drum roll, please. It's a new one, and this is one that caught people by storm at Cultivate this year, which is a big trade show that we go to. And that is the Hydrangea First Edition's Eclipse. This is a true dark leaf mophead hydrangea. So the leaves are almost black and it's supposed to hold up even during heat and sun, keeping that dark foliage. And the striking red bicolor blooms are really nice on that dark foliage. Now, in the shrub category for the People's Choice, which are the consumers, they went with Better Boxwood Skylight. So, this is a boxwood blight resistant boxwood with a variegated leaf. And this one, I saw it. I wasn't that crazy about it because I don't know, the variegated leaf on a boxwood just isn't that attractive for me, for my taste. Let's move on to perennials. Best perennial of the year in the professional category was Nepeta chartreuse on the loose. So Nepeta is catmint, and I, being a self-proclaimed catmint enthusiast, saw this initially, saw the pictures of it, and I loved it until I saw it in person. Once I saw this plant in person, the chartreuse leaves to me just kind of looked sickly, like it was nutrient deficient or something. So cool concept, but in person wasn't as pretty as what I thought it was going to be. People's Choice perennial was Agapanthus blackjack. I love Agapanthus. This is also called Lily of the Nile. Very dark blooming Lily of the Nile, compact plant. Unfortunately, the Lily of the Nile is only hardy zones 8 through 11, so you got to be pretty far south in the US to get this to be a perennial for you. Oh, wait, I just remembered the USDA reclassified my city to zone 8 this year. So now, magically, that Agapanthus that used to die for us every year is going to survive. Thanks, USDA. Professional's Choice annual winner. I love this one. Begonia Stonehenge Rose Bronze. So this is a begonia, a landscaping begonia that grows up to 4 feet tall. So this is crazy. I'm definitely growing it for next year. The only hesitation I have about this is how do you display this in a nursery pot and sell this in a nursery pot? Because out in the landscape, it's going to look fantastic because you can literally make a hedge with these giant begonias. Just trying to figure out the whole logistics of growing it in a pot and trying to convince people to buy it. People's Choice was a petunia, like we needed another petunia. We've already got millions. But this one's pretty cool. This is Amazonas plum cockatoo. And it's got a frilly petal. It's kind of a creamy white with a dark purple center. Blooms like crazy and it's got a nice habit. So it is a cool petunia. Edible plant category, and this is the only plant that actually won in both the professional and the People's Choice for the same plant. This one is called Cucumber Quick Snack, and it is a miniature cucumber plant. So this is part of the Kitchen Minis collection, which is a specialty group of plants that are miniature vegetable plants. And this one can be grown in a windowsill, supposedly, in smaller pots, and this plant will grow and produce cucumbers in a very small package. Oh, I lied. There were actually two plants that won in both the professional and People's Choice. This is the second one. This is in the houseplant category, and the winner is Echeveria Coral Reef Red. Now that is a cool looking plant. So you've got your normal Echeveria shape of a succulent, but it's got that sharp ruffled edge that gives it the coral reef look, and then it's got that bright pink edge that goes along with a darker foliage. So really cool plant. Garden product professional's choice is the Laura's edition from Garden Answers, 3 by 36-inch auger. So this is one that you hook onto your drill, helps you with planting bulbs or smaller bedding plants out in the landscape. I've used augers in the past when planting ground covers and landscape annuals, and they are certainly a great tool that speeds up the process. Last one, Last one we're going to talk about today is the garden product for People's Choice, and that's Sunshine Black Bear Potting Mix. And this is a carbon captured type of soil. So I was trying to read up on this, and what it sounds like to me is it's almost like a biochar based potting mix. And this is put out by Sungrow Horticulture. So something to keep an eye on. I'm going to look into this more and see if this is something that maybe we would want to carry here at the nursery. But interesting concept of a potting soil that's using reused and recycled material that was going to be wasted, and also stuff that's already been somewhat of a carbon recapture, reuse in a potting mix. I'll put a link to the article in the description or maybe in the comments down below so that you can read up on this yourself.